Welcome back to Ravens Today. I'm your host, Connor Gioffreda. I wanted to give a shout out to all of the subscribers to the channel. We just hit 400 just recently. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to the channel and tuning into the shows. Let's keep it going. Let's dive into the latest news I have for you today. We're going to dive into day 2 of camp. A lot of things that happened in this camp, but we're going to start off first. Breakfast Club is back. What the Breakfast Club is kind of a group of players that hit the gym at 6 o'clock in the morning. It was started by former safety Eric Weddle, Marlon Humphrey, Jair Alexander, Rashad Bateman, Zay Flowers have all been a part of it. And according to Marlon Humphrey, he said, if you come at 6:01, you are not allowed in the weight room. He also said that Harbaugh is a part of the Breakfast Club as well. He's already in there when they arrive, getting swole. I mean, we've seen videos circulating online of Harbaugh at his age squatting 400 pounds, which is pretty impressive to say the least. Even the head coach is getting reps in, and it's been an ongoing tradition for the Ravens to have this Breakfast Club, and then now that they're bringing it back, I feel like that this team is just dialed in even more, trying to get as much reps as they can. Minus the training camp mandatory sessions. They just want to. They're just dialed in and they want to be ready. Marlon Humphrey also mentioned that the Ravens defense has not he feels like the Ravens defense has not been feared as it once was. The Browns don't fear them. The Bengals don't fear them anymore. The Steelers don't fear them anymore. And he wants to get back to that level where, when an opposing offense sees the Ravens defense, we're thinking about the time when we had Terrell Suggs, Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, all in their prime, and there was just a level of anxiety playing against a defense like that. He wants to bring that back, and the Breakfast Club is going to be a huge part of that, and he wants opposing offenses to fear the Ravens defense, and whenever opposing quarterback gets on the field, it's just they're sweating bullets and they're trying to think on the fly. So again, you could just feel the level of dedication that the want that they have to getting to a Super Bowl this year, to winning a Super Bowl this year, and I'm loving it. Moving on to another not so good news here. DeAndre Hopkins did not show up to practice yesterday, but this is just a precautionary measure, according to John Harbaugh. He had mentioned that DeAndre Hopkins fell on his foot in an awkward way at the end of practice yesterday, and it's kind of like according to him, it's a precautionary measure, and he'll be fine. It's nothing to be concerned about. It's just so that they don't rush things. Obviously, the Ravens have had a history, especially during training camp, of injuries piling up. We all remember the 2021 season when J.K. Dobbins went down, Gus Edwards went down, it was just Justice Hill, then Lamar went down later, and Marlon Humphrey went down. It was just, we were limping at one point, and then when Lamar Jackson went down, the crutch fell out from under our arm. So again, just a precautionary measure. I like this kind of approach for the Ravens. They're just saying, hey, you've been in the game for a long while, just take it easy and then come back tomorrow, or come back in a couple of days. So again, just a precautionary thing for the Ravens here. Nothing to be too concerned about. DeAndre Hopkins will be back, and will be back in full form. I assume that he probably wanted to come back to practice, but the Ravens said no. Just wait. We're just gonna let this. We're just gonna let this play out. Get your rest. We're not gonna rush anything. Love this by the Ravens. They're just taking every precaution they need to make sure that their team is 100% healthy come week 1. Moving on, Tez Walker, who has been such a diamond in the rough player in the OTAs and training camp, and people have been advocating for his breakout. Just this practice, he outclassed Jair Alexander. He outran him on a route and just was able to hit the ball. He beat him on a deep route, according to Jeff, and it was just something out. They wanted to they They wanted that to the coaches wanted to see that. And it's great that Tez Walker was able to get this. Also, by the way, a funny thing after this is that right after Tez Walker made this, Alexander was kind of, he wasn't very happy about this. And then him and Mark Andrews were supposed to line up, and then that drill ended, and it made him angry, or made them both angry, Mark Andrews and Jair Alexander, because they wanted that matchup. They wanted to see, that level of competitiveness between the two, because, like, this is practice, but things can get a little bit chippy. So they wanted to see it. Unfortunately, the Ravens coaching staff said we're moving on to the next thing. Obviously, we're going to see this matchup eventually, but again, Tez Walker outclassing Jair Alexander on a deep route, it shows promise to the underdog. So here's hoping that we see more out of Tez Walker in the practice, and I'm hoping that we see like this level of practicing that we're seeing out of him related to a regular season game. We've seen some sparks of greatness from him, like I mentioned in previous videos, but again, like a game is different than practice. So again, I'm hoping that he's able to, bring this level to practice, or to a game, excuse me, and we see just like more and more out of him that we expect him to that from him. So moving on to the last thing here. Oh, I love this so much. Malachi Starks picked off in his, first real practice as a Raven, not OTAs. This is the first training camp as as an NFL player. Picked off Lamar on an overthrow. This is amazing to see because we know he has great vision. He's able to get to the ball, and it just shows how reliant he is in the backfield. So, mind you, it was an overthrow, and just it's kind of, one of those things that I'm not going to say get lucky, obviously, but it's one of those things where it kind of fell into place for him. But again, he's able to read Lamar Jackson even as a rookie, and just be able to make those plays that we expect out of him. And I'm confident that we are going to see a lot of this in regular season for him. If you're already picking up one of the best quarterback, if not the best quarterback in the NFL, I'm afraid for any opposing offenses here. Like, this is the level of fear that Marlon Humphrey wants. Like, if you're already picking off the number one quarterback in the NFL, what's going to happen when you play a team that just doesn't have that level of talent at a quarterback against Malachi Starks? I'm just saying, we're going to see some greatness out of him. Maybe a defensive rookie of the year out of him, but I'm shooting for the stars here. We have yet to see him play in a regular season game, but already he's showing the talent that he has, and I just look out other NFL teams. This is going to be a fun regular season. Thank you for tuning into Ravens Today. I'm your host, Connor Gioffreda. Again, thank you for subscribing to the channel, liking all the videos. Let's keep it going. Have a good one, everyone.